welcome to Leaders of Tomorrow Season 10. It's been 10 seasons of empowering India's small businesses. I'm Sunanda Jayaseelan and you're watching our special Eye on Dubai coverage. We're focusing on innovation coming out of this market, including like the one that I have first up tonight. Kitopi is a cloud kitchen operator and manager. It's a unicorn here in the Dubai UAE region. I talked to them about what it means to be one of the largest in their space. Also in the spotlight tonight, I'm talking to the Dubai Science Park, the first and the largest free trade zone when it comes to the entire Middle East. Everything with regards to setting up base here and doing business, as well as to access to talent in this conversation. Listen.
Gitex Global 2022, UAE's largest technology and startup event, was held at the Dubai World Trade Center from the 10th to 14th of October. It threw a spotlight on some of the world's most innovative tech entrepreneurs across various sectors, including metaverse, artificial intelligence, Web3, blockchain, cloud computing, financial technology, and big data. Leaders of Tomorrow caught up with major global tech players and discussed the latest technological trends to understand what makes Dubai a global startup ecosystem. The burgeoning opportunities within the MSME ecosystem have given rise to some of Dubai's most successful unicorns. And Kitopi, the world's leading cloud kitchen platform, is one of them that is revolutionizing the cloud kitchen industry. Kitopi partners with restaurants to expand its delivery reach, and it has over 3,000 employees across UAE, KSA, Bahrain, Qatar, and Kuwait.
Good having you here on the show with us. So we are here, of course, talking to entrepreneurs at Gitex and really trying to understand from different industries and sectors like the one you represent about the opportunity presented by this platform. Talk to us about an opportunity and a platform that something like this, an exhibition like this, a gathering like this presents for entrepreneurs like you.
This gathering is amazing, and actually I've been coming to Gitex since its first year in the UAE back when I was a teenager, and I think it's evolved massively over time from being primarily a great place to check out the latest computers, phones, tech offerings, to transforming to focusing on blockchain, sustainable cities, smart mobility. And as an entrepreneur really focused on your own business, it's great to have the opportunity within your own city to step out of your focus zone and check out what's going on in the wider ecosystem, and really reevaluate how well you're positioned to where technology is evolving today. And it's evolving at an incredible rate. And being in Dubai, you always feel you're at the cutting edge where we're going in the future across all organizations and businesses.
For our entrepreneurs who may be wondering what Kitopi does, what can you tell us? What do you want to tell us about your business?
Sure. So Kitopi was founded in January 2018, primarily as a cloud kitchen business that wanted to tackle the growing demand for delivery amongst consumers and to be able to help restaurants scale rapidly. So we would license recipes, the brand, and know-how from a restaurant in one part of town and start cooking for them in another part of town. So you as a consumer could order your favorite foods on delivery. And this proved massively successful and high in demand. We grew to over 100 brands across our network of kitchens, and we scaled across the Gulf. Coming out of the pandemic, we noticed that there was a shift in consumer behavior, and there was a bigger demand for dine-in, takeaway, meal plans, drive-thrus. So we pivoted from a cloud kitchen business to a tech-powered multi-brand restaurant. And we acquired a handful of leading local hero brands, and we started operating them omni-channel. So today, a Kitopi site isn't a dark kitchen. A Kitopi site is your favorite restaurant. Out the back, there could be another 30 brands being serviced on delivery as well.
Yeah. Okay, Kitopi, I understand, is kitchen utopia. You brought both those words together.
Exactly.
Cloud kitchens, we do have them in India, of course, but it's still a very niche market. What is the size of the opportunity, not just for you as a company, but for cloud kitchens itself in this region?
So I think today the cloud kitchen market is massive and continuing to grow.
So you're talking global. What markets would you be looking at? Would you be interested in the Indian market? Do you watch it closely?
So the Indian market is incredibly exciting. And I think for any business that really, or any entrepreneur that cracks their model in India, you are very well positioned to then scale globally. So if you're able to understand your market well enough, your consumer demands, or if you're B2B play, the kind of business demands, and build a sustainable, profitable business, the world is your oyster.
Sure.
For us, this is our home market. My partners and I grew up here. We understand the dynamics in Dubai, and we focused on our scale here before going across the Gulf, which is similar, but not exactly the same. So, and today we haven't really even scratched the surface, we think, of the market. So for the foreseeable future, we are doubling down on our investment here, but nothing's off the table.
Okay, let's talk about the specific opportunities and challenges for both your company as well as for just the industry. A 30% growth specific to your business during the pandemic. Where did that come from? And how have you managed to convert a lot of the challenges that you've perhaps seen during the pandemic and moving ahead into your opportunities?
COVID presented a challenge for everyone. People still needed to eat, but the traditional restaurants saw a big chunk of the revenue going away because they were dine-in only or takeaway only. We were positioned well to leverage the growth in demand for delivery, but there are still challenges we face that I guess the global economy is facing, with increasing commodity prices, supply chain disruptions, the need for price changes across the world. So, and with the increase in price changes, you also have to think about your own team. So, are they being compensated fairly based on the changing climate today? So, I think in owning our brand, so we started buying our own content rather than licensing it all. So today we own around 50 different brands, end to end, the IP, the trademark, the recipes, the logos, everything. And that really helped us scale more rapidly, have a tighter grip on the supply chain, purchase in a better way and plan ahead much more, so we wouldn't be as affected as maybe a smaller operator would in these turbulent times, specifically from a supply chain perspective.
Okay, so just before we let you go, I'm going to put you on the spot. If we were to look at your phone and perhaps check out the top orders that you have, using different websites or even the Kitopi website, what would be the top thing that you perhaps are ordering?
Okay, so I guess these days I'm on a big health kick. So calorie counted, healthy foods, that's customizable is most important to me as a consumer.
So no junk food, no desserts, no biryanis?
No, look, those on occasion for sure. But I guess the highest volume would be towards healthy.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your time and wish you all the best in your expansion. And
Thank you.
Hopefully we'll see you in India soon.
Yeah, for
Thank
sure.
you. Time for a quick break. When we come back, I'll continue these conversations, including with the Dubai Science Park, back in just a moment. Do stay tuned. Welcome back with us here on Leaders of Tomorrow. You're watching our Eye on Dubai special series.
Designed specifically for the needs of businesses and professionals who work in sciences, Dubai Science Park fosters an environment that supports scientific research, creativity, and innovation. Home to over 400 companies, Dubai Science Park has a key focus in therapeutics, medical devices and scientific equipment, specialty supplies, life science services, and renewable energy.
Thank you so much for joining us here on Leaders of Tomorrow, India's longest running platform for small businesses. Talking about everything that's happening around us, science, technology, the intersection between the two. And today, of course, we're going to be talking about really what's happening when it comes to research, when it comes to health tech, med tech, and all of that. But thank you for taking the time to speak to us.
Pleasure.
So let's start by talking, of course, about Gitex 2022. We've seen a lot of companies, especially from India, that are having a representation here. The ones who are coming in from the science and the science tech and the digital health space. Gitex 2022 as a platform. Just talk to us about why you feel that engagements like this are perhaps important.
Well, Gitex is a global event, and it's been running for many years, decades. And it has really positioned itself as one of the leading events for technology and anything to do with technology. And in the past decade or so, there has been a lot of intersection between healthcare and technology. Digital health has emerged in our lives, especially during COVID, where we were doing teleconsultations, telepathology. People, for the very first time got to use technology for checking on themselves, and that was the only way. But I think it is just the beginning, especially that everything today to do with our data, whether it is insurance, our billing, our prescriptions, are all digital. So we are already using digital platforms. And I think there will be much more coming with digital health that will impact our lives in a very positive way.
Okay, so let me pick up on that, and you're saying much more in digital health. What are some of perhaps the innovations that are taking place? Because especially, I guess, post-pandemic, more and more people are just getting so much more aware of what it takes to manage your health. Wearables are becoming a huge thing, especially in India. Correct. So just talk to us about what do you mean by innovation in digital health?
Right. So the thing that I'm excited most about is genomics.
Okay.
Genomics 10 years ago was very expensive. It was done on a very small population. But today you can do whole genome sequencing for a fraction of a cost, which was done 10 years ago, which means that there will be more and more information available about ourselves, about our DNA. So the question is, how do we use that information and reflect it onto our behavior, on our prevention, on our history, on our family, parents, etc. So this is what's exciting, is that there is so much information out there that is available that we need to use to make better decisions, to have prevention systems, whether it's at government level, corporates, people, and this is what I think is very exciting.
You were talking about some of the unicorns that we have in India, and a few of them, of course, we're seeing in the digital health and digital tech space. So let's talk about manufacturing, because we have spoken digital health. We will talk about clinical manufacturing, and we will talk about a lot of other things in between in clinical research. So manufacturing and a manufacturing base. Are you excited and are you keen to grow this as a manufacturing hub as well? And if yes, then what sort of investments, what sort of handholding, what is it going to take to become a manufacturing giant?
Absolutely. So I am also the chairman of the UAE Pharmaceutical Business Group, which is under the umbrella of Dubai Chamber. I was elected only last April, so it's a very new position for me. And my role is to enable and enhance the manufacturing capabilities of the local manufacturers. There is about 15 manufacturers in the entire UAE, from Ras Al Khaimah all the way to Abu Dhabi. And all of them are looking for opportunities. And I would like to say specifically on biosimilars, because biologics is the future of medicine. It's the future of pharmaceuticals, and India is already pretty well advanced in that. We have just started the journey, and I think there is a lot of collaborations where it can happen.
Okay, we see a lot of people who are coming in from this region into India to take advantage really of the superior health and medical facilities and knowledge and research that's available in India. And my question is, Dubai and UAE as a health tech and as a med tech hub and ecosystem, do you perhaps foresee more people coming here, the reverse happening? And if yes, how can this be developed?
I think I've already seen, an influx of Indian people or coming to Dubai as well for, various treatments, especially that the way forward for the hospitals is to create centers of excellence. So a lot of the hospitals don't want to be general hospitals. They want to be very specific, whether it is cancer, ophthalmology, pediatric, and again, I think this is great. It complements what India does. And what I'm looking forward to is really this transfer of knowledge, because Dubai or UAE and India are so close. There should be more and more transfer of knowledge in terms of training, sending people back and forth and really learning from each other.
Sure. We've been doing a series of interviews around SEPA and the benefit that SEPA is having on different industries and sectors. I do want to bring in medical and health and talk about, the kind of boost perhaps that you've seen when it comes to bilateral trade because of landmark judgments like this.
Right. So this is really a historical event, and I am, very, very happy about this. And I know that both governments have worked really hard to make this happen. We are yet to see the fruits, but there has been a lot of discussions, especially for big pharmaceutical companies expanding their presence here in the UAE.
You were talking about some of the companies that are based here, and a lot of the people who work here are doing high-end research. They're scientists, highly qualified. So my question is how you as an ecosystem are enabling finding really those high-end talent. India is known for the quality of talent that it has, and how do you as an ecosystem and as a region perhaps ensure that you're also able to have access to this really high quality manpower?
So I would say two ways. One is locally. So a lot of the local universities are upscaling their specialties and are going deeper and deeper. Many of them 10 years ago started with a bachelor's, but now today if you look at doctorates or PhDs in chemistry, biology, biotechnology, they're all available, where they were not the case 10 years ago. So a lot of the local universities are, expanding their science concentration, but at the same time, Dubai especially is also a magnet for talent. So which is a good thing, obviously, but we need to also have a balance between local talent and talent that comes from abroad. I think a mix is always very healthy. And from our side, we work with a lot of teenagers who are in their high school through summer and winter programs, where we bring them and give them tours of different companies, what actually happens on the ground, and how it looks like to be part of a science company.
Any last word that you'd have by way of advice for our entrepreneurs? Anything you want to tell them?
I want to tell them that there is a lot of growth in these specific areas of health technology, and also pharmaceutical. So we at DSP are more than happy to provide them with answers, with the access to the network that we have. We have a vast network of individuals and companies, and we also host events every quarter. We're doing one in less than 10 days, talking about the future of health in the UAE, and these are events that everyone has access to. So I would call upon companies who are looking to broaden their scope and look outside India to look at the opportunities that are available here in the UAE.
All right.
Perfect.
Thank you again for your time.
Thank you very much.
That's all we have in tonight's episode. Any feedback from you is always welcome. If there are any entrepreneurs doing exceptional work in this region that you want us to focus on, do let us know. Our contact details on your screens as we speak. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.